Hey guys, AJ here. Alright, I'm decided to talk about my arguments and my progression in this new Call of Duty. So far, um, I'm gonna try not to make the videos that long. I'm gonna try to not be discreet, but I'm not gonna try to like talk about it too much because that would make the video be even longer than I want it to. So I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. I'm gonna get right to the point of each one. I'm gonna talk about the ones that I chose to do, which ones I put on and why I did it, and I'm just gonna move on. So with that being said, I'm just gonna talk about my arguments real quick. Now, now, let me see. Starting for stamina. To me, I skipped this one only because Free Faller is the one that I care about the most out of all of these, out of every single one of these. Being able to like, you fall down, jump off the ledge, and you're free from dying, then that's fine. Hard Target is my minor that I go to because I feel like there are projectiles and certain things in the game that I don't know what was considered a hard target. So I just know that if I have it on while I'm running around, I know that I'm more protected. Now, the reason why I didn't search through research all of this is because basically it moves faster in a different way, moves faster while I'm shooting. It's about moving faster. So I'm not saying that it isn't important. It's just not the most important thing to me. To me, hard target and being able to like fall down is like what I care about the most. So yeah, it's all important to me. Every single one of these is important, but it's all about like what's more important to you. And I'm just explaining the reason why it's less important to me. Like quick revive. The way I look at quick revive is I didn't do this one either yet, research it only because I feel like when I first got into this game, Dying Wish worked for me on Black Ops 6, so that was my go-to. But now that two of these got a buff, I've been working out through trial and error, and I came to the conclusion that in most situations, EMT helps me more. If I pick up one of my teammates and they like, I can still get them with 3 of their perks. If somebody picks me up, I have 5 of my perks. And this, to me, I think is so specific that I have to have a pack pistol or a ray gun for me to even work it. So I just say that if I'm doing the Easter egg or I'm doing something very specific, I will put on exchange. But other than that, 90% of the time I'm rocking EMT. Now, other than that, I wanted to put on slow death steal and I feel like I'm fine. When I do max this out, I'm probably gonna put on an extra self revive. The reason why I didn't research this yet anyway is because I feel like being able to pick myself up with 5 of my perks, I'm okay with that. I can bounce back. I feel like giving myself some time to revive myself or one of my teammates to revive me, that's fine. But I feel like this is good. But if I have to revive myself 5 times, right, and get 5 self revives, I'm popping an exit strategy. I feel like the game is so messed up that I got to get out of there anyway because I consider myself a good player, so I don't need to use a 4th self revive. If it's that bad, then it's better for me to get out of the game altogether. And like I said, to me, I mean, like I said before, it's all important, but this is least important to me. That's the reason why I didn't. The major and the minor argument that I have now for this, I think is good enough. That's why I didn't research it. Now, Jug, to me, this is one of the ones I did care about because I told everybody about Turtle Shell, and I don't have to get into that. Everybody knows what it does now. And as far as my minors go, I feel like hardened plates and durable plates is the way to go. That's just my opinion on that. And I don't need to talk about this one that much. This is the way to go. Trust me, you can't go no better than this. Now, macchiato. I wanted to research this. As a matter of fact, if you see it at 65 other than 47 like the other ones, I did start to research this because I said to myself, if I'm able to get, because, let me see, let me just show you my major. My major is going to be, I get some of my health back when I'm meleeing. And then my minor, I cared about being able to knife a 1 kill in longer rounds. So to me, I feel like these two are the most important. That's just my opinion. Now, if I had to put on another slot, I would probably put on this right here, only because every time I melee a weapon, I get some extra essence, extra points. And to me, like, being able to get some of your ammo back seems cool, but it would be a whole lot of knifing before it makes sense for me to put this on. Now, the reason why I didn't put this on is because I really wanted to get this extra points when I start every match. But you got to remember, in order for this to work, you got to have the Macchiato equipped. And 90% of the time, majority of the time, when I start a match from the first time, I'm not going to have Macchiato. Now, let's say like it's a game that I'm popping a Perkaholic and I have Macchiato right away, then it probably makes sense. But it's not likely to happen that often. Or I might get a random perk from somebody, one of my teammates, and I might have it at that particular moment, but it's very rare. So I am going to level this up, and I'm probably going to put this on here so I can get extra points when I'm knifing into zombies. But it's not a priority right now. It would make more sense if it worked. If I'm if I'm knifing zombies, if I didn't have this perk. But you got to have the perk in order for it to work. Now, Speed Cola. Speed Cola is a game changer. I know that some of my teammates did be dabbled into a lot of different things, but to me, it's still like classic formula is just the way to go. And everybody knows it, so I don't have to get into that. Not saying that the other ones are terrible. I just think this one is the better one. Now, as far as that's my major. My minors, though, to me, I looked at this through trial and error. And to me, out of all of them, right, if I had to pick just one and one only, it would have to be this one right here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. All thing I know is there's times when I throw grenades and I have two of them. And then I throw a grenade, I still have two. And then there was another time I threw a grenade and I still have two. Because it restocks it. And there's other times when I reload my gun and I still have all my ammo. So to me, this is the best one. Now, for my second one, I didn't care about swapping weapons, so it was really between hitting the box and being able to throw my decoys or whatever faster. And to me, I do hit the box, but I throw decoys and I throw my grenades a little bit more. So this is the one that I went with. Now, as far as vulture days go, vulture days, everybody knows that the gas is the best thing to do. I talked about that all the time. But as far as my minors go, to me, I've been bouncing back between it, but I think Picky Eater is good. It works for me in Cold War. There's times when I thought about putting this one on because if I kill the bear, I might get a big essence thing. But I feel like I play with randoms a lot, and they would just take the essence that I got from the bear if I put this one on. That's why I didn't choose to do it. Now, I thought about getting loot and stuff from far away, but my rift thing kind of does that for me already. So I don't really need to do this. But then again, my rift gets me mostly salvage, so I thought about trying this. But to me, like, getting salvage is kind of like huge in this game. But I've been bouncing back and forth. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this on and give y'all an update, whether like it's worth leaving this on. But I've been mostly rocking this, just to let you know. But I'm going to try this, and I get back to you guys. Now, talking about my depth perception. My depth perception is, to me, I feel like there's times when we are shooting at the hip, when we're like in the glitch, and there's other times when I shoot at the hip or my accuracy is not the best. And me knowing that I can shoot somebody in the body and I still can get a critical kill, to me, that's kind of big. That's the reason why I chose to do this one, put this one on. Now, as far as my minors go, to me, I feel like looking at the bird's eye map, like the display on the top left of your screen, I look at it at maybe at the end of the round when I'm trying to find the last zombie. And to me, getting the extra points for all of these machines, I do it, but I don't do it a whole lot. And being able to see through walls, seeing the zombies coming, and being able to see loot on the ground, that's more important to me. So that's the reason why I chose this. And like I said, so that's how that goes. The reason why I chose to research this one right away is because the other ones didn't seem as important to me, basically. So that's why I just went with this one. Now, Flopper. To me, Flopper, I'm always going to, I love Dr. Ram, and I'm always going to go with Dr. Ram. And to me, like, let let me see, and being able to slide around the map, get around a little bit easier, that makes more sense to me. But jumping off the wall and creating an explosion and exploding at a lower height, and to me, that's stuff I didn't really care about. That's the reason why I didn't research this one right away. Now, if I had to pick a second miner, I would probably pick this one, because this one, it seems like I'm sliding anyway. So if I'm sliding, there's a chance that, like, let's say like I slide through like the electricity from Klaus, I think I'm not going to cause any damage. I don't think I should choose this over just sliding around in general to get away from him. But I would put both if I had the second slot. So when I get the second slot, I'm going to put this on. But it's not the most important thing for me right now. That's why I didn't research it. Now, as far as my Deadshot Daiquiri, everybody knows that I love Deadshot Daiquiri. But the reason why I didn't research it yet is because I looked at what I have right now at this moment. I mean, everybody, I think that the most powerful thing that you can put on Deadshot Daiquiri is, let me see, I think Deadhead. That's the one that gives you a bunch of like extra damage with critical kills and all of that stuff. The problem is, in this particular game, I'm not doing a whole lot of critical kills. I'm doing more hip kills than critical kills. So, and all of this deals with critical kills, so that's the reason why I think that I might put on point blank. But by the time I research it, the glitch is probably going to be over. But the thing is, the times when I do critical kills, I want to get some of my ammo back from my magazine. I care about the ammo and getting the ammo back more than I care about my gun being slightly stronger. But that's just my choice. I like the fact that by me getting, there's been a lot of times when I chosen the glitch, like maybe half of a round longer because I kept getting a lot of my ammo back. So I personally care about that more. But since most of my kills are not critical kills, if this was maxed out already, I probably would go with Dead Point, only because I'm doing a lot of, I'm getting a lot of point blank kills anyway. So I don't know. It's, that's the one I might go with, or I might dabble into trying it. But the times when I do get critical kills, by the way, I like to talk about one augment at a time, but let me just point out one fact, that it's critical kills. It doesn't matter how you get them. So like I said, the reason why I have this on is because it's still a critical kill. It doesn't say headshot kills, it says critical kills. So it doesn't matter how you get them. So as long as I have this on, even if I'm shooting at the body, it's gonna work. It's gonna work for this critical kill. So I'm still gonna get my ammo back. Now, as far as the reason why I didn't research this is because I looked at the two miners, and I feel like being able to like pierce through the armor a little bit easier is great. But like making my hit shot slightly better, and I don't know, point blanks make you your movement a little bit faster. It didn't seem that important to me, or unless like if somebody like sends me a video and says, "Hey, do this now, it's broken," and I see it and I'll be like, oh, "Okay, maybe." But to me, being able to have a slight boost in movement didn't seem that important to me. That's why I didn't really I skipped it, and I'm glad that I did, because after that I went right to double tap. And to me, I've been debating on all of these, right? And the rule of thumb is if you have a shotgun, put on double standard. If you have a wonder weapon, put on double jeopardy. And if you have a regular bullet weapon, you're better off with double impact. So, and then this whole every 4 bullets you do double damage. Unless somebody makes a video, I'm not sure if that works or not. But the reason why I'm rocking double standard right now is because as you already, like I already said earlier, I do a lot of hip firing on this more than I do, rather I'm like using my Deadshot Daiquiri as much, only because at the time of this video, I'm in the glitch where hip kills are a little bit easier to get. So a lot of my kills are not critical kills at all. A lot of them are, but a lot of them aren't. So the times when I'm not shooting with critical kills, I want to make sure that all the other non-critical kills I get is going to have double damage on it. So that's the reason. To me, I did trial and error, and I said to myself, I would say that every 4 zombies that I shoot, maybe one of them is going to be a critical kill, and all the other ones, I'm doing double damage with this. That way, I'm covering my double damage area and the times when I'm not shooting them in the head. And when I am shooting them, when I am getting critical kills, that's covered too. So I'm covered in both ways. So now, granted, if I'm in a glitch in a new map and I'm mostly doing headshots, I'm probably gonna go for this. But to me, doing double damage is more important than having a boost in damage. That's just the way I see it anyway. But like I said, unless somebody breaks it down and I'm like way off, to me this is what I'm going with. Oh yeah, my major. My minor is, to me, I've been back and forth about this, and to me, let me see. I think that like I have to be shooting with a really slow gun to put this on, because when you buy Deadshot Daiquiri, right? Let's say I have no major, no minor, nothing, right? Just by itself, you're gonna be when you buy it, you're gonna be shooting faster anyway. It's gonna just be a fast shooting gun anyway. Now, if I put this on and I have no minors, it's still gonna shoot fast anyway. Now, this is gonna make it slightly faster, but since I'm in the glitch, I feel like that's good enough. But if I'm using a sniper or I'm using a shotgun that's like really bad, then yeah, I might put this on. But for the most part, I feel like it's like my gun shoots fast enough to not need this. So if I'm not using this, I say, okay, what are my other two options? My other two options is bullet penetration. To me, the only time I really cared about bullet penetration is when I'm using a sniper rifle or I'm using a marksman. But like I said, until somebody breaks it down, those are the times that I really care about bullet penetration. And there's augments, there's attachments on your gun now that you can do bullet penetration. So I feel like this is least important, and this is least important. So that brings me down to these two. Having double or nothing, majority of the time you're gonna be dealing more damage. And double play goes back to what I was saying before. That's just another way for me to get some of my ammo back. So that's why I went with this. Now, I'm almost done, y'all. My elemental pop. I feel like the reason why I'm trying to sell everybody on this right here is because I stand by what I said on Black Ops 6. There was a lot of times when we didn't have a chill spot right away, and we was doing more running around. So I didn't have no turtle shell. So there was times when I would go and hit the gobble gun machine, or I would go and try to change my ammo mod. And there was a lot of times when I got cornered. And then at that moment, I didn't have time to reload and shock them all like with Electric Cherry. So a lot of times my elemental would just pop up automatically. And I still stand by what I said on Black Ops 6. But this is Black Ops 7. So with that being said, I have turtle shell now. So I feel like my back is a little bit more protected, so I don't really need an ammo mod to fully activate. I mean, granted, it's good and all, but to me, Electric Cherry is gonna make more sense in this particular Call of Duty. Now, that's my major. Now, my minors, to me, I feel like everybody should be running this. If I had just one, I would put this on, only because we already trying to kill the bear, right? And we trying to kill Klaus, you know. But by putting this on, it just makes it like their elemental weakness is even, your bullets are going to be even more stronger to their elemental weakness. To me, this makes the most sense out of all of the minors. Now, I guess to me, like being able to reset your ammo mod cooldown or whatever, to me, that's least important. So I don't want these two. And throwing a grenade and having an ammo mod activate, I would rather it activate when I'm shooting in my bullet. So that's why I put this one on. And I put this one on, so that means every single one of my ammo mods is gonna be the cooldown is gonna be a little bit more reduced. And my whisk. To me, I kind of feel like I wouldn't say I saved the best for last, but this is the most sleeper one that I didn't care about that much at all. But I turned something that's not that good into something great, in my opinion. I recommend everybody in my team to try this setup that I'm about to put on right now. I tried every single one of these masks, right? All of them. So if y'all was ever wondering which one I put on, I put this one on. Now, to me, I feel like nobody should rock this one because it all sounds good. You can get picked up. And I'm not saying that it's completely terrible, but you get picked up with your bleed out perks and you only get 3, and nobody wants to get picked back up with just 3 perks. So to me, between all of the things that we have to get ourselves picked up with our perks, whether it's after Tase or near death experience or Phoenix up, to me, I think this is the worst one to put on for our setup. So I think that this one should be a one you should try to avoid. So I tried this one because it's already doing damage. This one does more damage. This one's not bad. It's just that it didn't work for me, and I'm going to explain why in a second. It's not the best one, but it's better than this one. This one is better than this one. But I tried it, and I really wanted to put it on, but I said, nah, I can't. This one right here, I tried this one, and every once in a while it does heal me, but it doesn't heal me like it's not like it goes to me like I'm like red, and then it just boom, and I'm like all like charged up again. It slowly start to heal me. To me, I feel like the healing aspect of them trying to heal me, I think that my quick revive and replenishes my health does a better job than this does. So with that being said, I said to myself, all right, so this one attacks zombies and this one attacks zombies. So I was like, why, I was like, which one would be the better one? So through trial and error, this is what I realized. When I picked this one, right, and I said, okay, this is the one I'm going with. And then when I went to my minors, I said to myself, okay, I looked at every single one of these, right? And I said to myself, okay, I want it to last longer. I don't want the cooldown to be, I don't want to sacrifice like it lasting longer for cooldown, because that's the whole reason why I made sure I maxed out elemental pop. So that means like even in times when I don't choose to the cooldown to be better, I still have this as default. That way all of my ammo mods is going to have a quicker cooldown. So I feel like since I put this on elemental pop, I don't need to put the cooldown on this, because I put it on elemental pop, or it's not as important. So I wanted, when it does pop out, I wanted the life to last longer. So I was like, all right, so let me see. It saves the last zombie. I think this one is broken, and I think this one is good if you're doing the Easter egg, because it makes sure that the last zombie doesn't die. So if you're doing Easter egg steps, I think specifically Easter egg steps, this makes more sense. But because I'm not doing Easter egg steps and I'm mostly playing with the fellas or playing with randoms, I'm not going to use this one. But again, I didn't say this one was bad. I'm just saying this, I think it's specifically designed for the Easter egg. So now that leads me to another one. I said, let me just put this on real quick. And I said, let me just try this. So now what I notice is I be chilling in my spot, and a lot of salvage will be getting picked up by this. Even with I'm nowhere near them, and I'm getting salvage picked up. And all I got to do is sit back there and I can just chill. So there's a lot of times when I jump out of the window just so I can get my salvage. I don't have to do that when it's activates. But at the same time, it also kills zombies. So if I have this on, why wouldn't I keep this on? It's because I noticed that he wasn't picking up any salvage. He wasn't doing nothing but killing zombies when I put this one on. But when I put this one on, it damages zombies in a particular area. It kills them, it distracts them, and it picks up all of my salvage. It does both. So it kills the zombies, and it picks up my salvage, and it distracts them. It does all three. So to me, I feel like this is the better one, and I recommend everybody tries that. Now, I'm not even going to get into my ammo mods or my field upgrades. I'm going to do that in a separate video, only because this one took too long. So anyway, sorry that it did take too long, but I'm ending now, though. But like I said, y'all don't have to agree with everything I chose, but that's the reason why I jumped around. And I'm not going to talk about the ammo mods on this one or the field upgrades, but I just wanted to show you that a lot of my field upgrades is, a lot of my ammo mods is maxed out, and some of my field upgrades is maxed out too. I prioritize that over finishing my perks. But anyway, I'm going to end the video now, so I'll check y'all later. Peace out.